Hi guys, so welcome to week 6, and as usual we have to discuss 3 different things. First one is to discuss anything from the weekly readings. I will be discussing the 2016 Employee Job Satisfaction and Engagement Executive Summary. They started off in bold letters by stating 88% of U.S. employees reported having overall satisfaction with their current job, making it the highest level of satisfaction over the last 10 years, which is actually pretty good. I would say so. Most of the people reported feeling somewhat satisfied, which is like a good 51%. 37 reported feeling very satisfied, and at the lowest level, 5% reported feeling very dissatisfied. I mean, I'm glad that number isn't much higher to compared to the population, but there's still a lot of room for improvements. And the summary stated that I'm gonna list the one, two, three, four, five. The first 5 factors that have impacted satisfaction more. The first one is respectful treatment of all employees at all levels. Second is compensation. Third is benefits. Fourth is job security. And 5 is trust between employees and senior management. And if someone were to ask me what contributes to job satisfaction, I definitely would have listed those 5. Maybe I would have forgotten 1 or 2, but definitely those 5. I personally feel like without those 5, you really cannot feel comfortable working in a job, and that will just lead to not feeling satisfied, which can also lead to not engaging as much. I also found it interesting in the What is Employee Satisfaction article that they stated that satisfaction does not equal high performance or engagement. So that's actually really interesting. I would have thought that they both worked hand in hand, meaning like the more satisfied you are, the more you would engage. But they said that it's not like that. And going to the second question, just like remembering everything from the first discussion, the second question states, how committed are you to your current job and why? I mean, no matter what happens to me, no matter which job I do, no matter what role I play, I'm always committed to that. So even though I don't have a job as of right now, but in my previous job, I was committed to my job no matter how exhausted I was or how unsatisfied I felt. I mean, maybe like some days more than others or some days less than others. Maybe like on Wednesdays, Wednesdays were my longest days, so I was working either 12 or 13 hours. So like Thursday, I would definitely feel like less motivated to do anything, but at the end of the day, I still felt committed to my job. So regardless of not being paid enough or not having enough benefits or other factors, like something more personal, I definitely commit to my job 100%. And that's just because I feel like a responsibility to complete the work no matter what my condition is. The third question is, what person and job environment variables are most important for a person job fit? Give examples in which different people in identical jobs reacted differently and in which you reacted identically or differently at different jobs. What are the underlying reasons for the different reactions? I'm not too sure what this question is trying to refer to, but the way I'm taking this question is, what does somebody have to possess, or what does a job have to possess in order for it to fit together? And person wise, I think someone needs to have a strong work ethic and a strong sense of positivity. I was actually talking to my interviewer today about this. She even mentioned to me saying how you can be in a job, not have the experience, but if you have a strong sense of positivity and a strong work ethic, everything else will fall in line. And that's actually something I believe in, because I don't personally have years working. I only have a couple years working in the medical field in general, or like even having a job in general. But thanks to the positivity that I uphold and the work ethic, I was able to accumulate so much experience through that, and it actually gave me a good connection with my employer, my co-workers, and especially the patients that I had to help out every single day. So once you have those two, I feel like any job is just up for grabs. But of course, they're not just going to look at your positivity or your work ethic. They're also going to be looking exactly like your education, your previous work history. They do play a large role, especially depending on the job and the degree or the level that you're entering into. Like, I can't say that for being a psychologist, because being a psychologist requires a lot more than just being a front desk receptionist. Like, they have their degrees, they have their licensure. You have to make sure your license in the state, etc. So like education and previous history and certification does matter in those cases for them. But like I said, it really just depends on the title and the position. And at the end of the day, everybody should just have a strong sense of positivity and a strong work ethic. For the job, for the job environment in general, I know every single job is going to be stressful, but not you necessarily, but the job environment should be welcoming, and as stressful as it is, it should be efficient and peaceful too, because you can be stressed, or not even be stressed, but deal with stress or have stressful situations, but be able to deal with it in a very calm, not really laid back, but just a calm, relaxing manner. And that's completely different than being stressed or being in a stress situation and completely losing your mind, going bonkers, jumping up against the walls, yelling, screaming, etc. So a good job environment would promote some type of peace or like a relief for stress, because you're always going to deal with stress. You have to deal with it in the best way possible. And also growth. I feel like if your job environment doesn't promote employee growth within that company, you're going to end up losing. Oh, that's my opinion. I'm not saying that's how it is, but especially when you have so many young people, like, you have to allow people to just come and go and always be open to new experiences. So that's actually really nice about including new employees. So just having that having that ability to grow. And I was going to say openness and diversity is also very important for a job environment. I do hope I answered that question correctly. If you guys think I didn't, please let me know. I honestly was so confused when I read it the first 2 times, but yeah, I can't wait to discuss everything with you guys, and I'll see you next week.